Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to the highly anticipated launch of Deep Space Nine here inside Star Trek Fleet Command. My name is UltimatDjz, and here we go with another Teaching Trek video that will give you the basic premise of what's going on in the month of September. First, let's just knock it out like we usually start. It'll be the officer cards. First up, we got Rare Miles O'Brien. Finally, this guy gets into the game, and I, for one, am just excited to have some of these great names and faces in our game. Captain's Maneuver, Luck of the Irish. Yeah, at the start of each round, you'll get a percentage chance to double shots. Ooh, but only against Armada targets. Don't get too excited, Strike Team enthusiasts. This one is doubling shots against Armada targets. The officer ability is increasing warp speed. Meh. So this guy pretty much good in the captain's chair, which is ironic. Next rare we've got is Kira Nerys, another rare with the captain's maneuver of reducing critical hit chance of Cardassian armadas by a percentage every single round. Cardassian armadas, how interesting. More on this soon. Officer ability also armada driven, reducing the armada's mitigation by a percentage of attack when you by a percentage of your attack when you hit it with a weapon. Now, see, last month gave us reason to question the way some of these are written. Is this only once, or is it each time you hit it with a weapon? Is this new a new 6 of 11 capability here? 6 of 11 increases piercing, but reducing mitigation is the same effect. Testing is going to be needed to see the cumulative nature of Kira Nerys. Now, just as a quick editor's note, I will apologize for the lack of graphics and the lack of display and graphical assets. We got very like zero, nothing. Whatever we throw up on the screen for you is just whatever I was able to find for you in post-production. At the time of taping, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. No graphics, no assets, no pretty images, nothing to see the Cardassian armada. We're just gonna wing it. We'll see what we end up with. Our epic this month, all right? Benjamin Sisko, of course. Anybody doubt that coming? His captain's maneuver is to increase critical hit chance against the armadas each and every round, and his officer ability is increasing your mitigation by a percentage of health. It doesn't say that this is against armadas or only in PvE, so more testing going to be needed on this officer ability and what type of game scenarios it's going to apply in. There are no lower deck abilities this month, which is disappointing, but here are your three officers for the first month of this new seasonal arc. Regarding sourcing of at least the epic, you will get 3 weekend auctions, but only the first will be contained to your server. The last 2 weekends will be cross-server solo leaderboards. The rare officers have no meta planned at this time. Now, let's come back to this ability that we talked about a minute ago with Cardassian armadas. Well, it is Deep Space Nine after all, and most of the series was surrounding the conflict with the Cardassians. So there are new Cardassian armadas scattered in various places throughout a new area of space just west of the megacube. The great news is that it will take normal directives, like have been sourced since the beginning of the game, and the same that you use on faction armadas, the same that were in your Flash Pass, etc., etc. But what will these armadas drop? Well, they are, because they're using regular faction armada directives, they're still going to be dropping some of that loot, a reduced amount of that loot as compared to a traditional faction armada, but also a couple of new currencies, including one called Starbase Credits to upgrade your Alliance Starbase. More to come on that coming up here very soon. So you'll take these Starbase credits, you're going to throw them into a refinery, which will convert the Armada loot into building materials for the new Alliance Starbase. Some research materials for the new Starbase research tree. No data at this time. We'll have more to come on that a little bit later. And some Starbase speed-ups that are new, kind of like ATA speed-ups were. These are not the same as our traditional speed-ups and cannot be converted with Latinum. The Starbase building materials will go into an Alliance bank, kind of like territory materials, and Commodores or Admirals will be able to upgrade Starbase modules, building modules within it. The better the buildings, the more pronounced some of the buffs and the other capabilities of the Starbase, including its primary function for at least this month, will be to mine plasma clouds. You will then set your Alliance Starbase on one of these mining nodes, these plasma clouds, to mine it down to 0, and then use those materials to continue enhancing your Starbase. When you zero the node, you will have to use a specialty relocation token to move it to a new plasma cloud when you find it. They won't be able to be attacked for now, but who knows what the future may hold. We will be bringing you more content in a quick and dirty on the loop that is the Alliance Starbase in the coming days. So hang in there for more particulars on the refinery and the materials and currencies, and even some of the new buffs from not only the Alliance Starbase, but from the research tree as well. Again, operating with very limited information here today. There will be 3 new G3 Epic faction ship refits this month, all 3 with a utility benefit of increasing mitigation statistics by a fixed percentage. Also, they're red, like the D3. Also, 1 new projectile will be available this month. It's the Gold Cardassian Disruptor, which will increase critical damage percentages and will be available through the Exola store only. So if you're on an iOS device, break out that Safari window. If you're a mobile-only player, if you're interested in this particular projectile. For the last several days, I have been teasing players with changes to the faction recruit token system, and I'm glad to be able to tell you now what's involved with that. So a new token will be introduced. This is why I said to stop spending your faction credits on the old recruit tokens. A new token, let's call it 2.0, will be launched for Fed, Romulan, and Klingon. This will appear in your faction store at Ops level 30 and are time-gated just like the original recruit tokens. The original path is not changing, will not be changed, all those officers staying put, so if you're still working on that path, or if you are done with the new path or find little value in it, it's still probably going to be better to use the old path if you're going to continue farming transporter patterns, as I do expect these new 2.0 tokens to be slightly increased in price. But these new tokens will be redeemed with faction credits as well. The new recruit tokens will go to a new bundle with new officers, including the following for the Federation chest. Let me see if I can... I do actually have this one. I got this one, I can tell you. So the Federation chest is going to have Marcus, TOS Kirk, TOS Spock, and Pike. The original Pike. It's also going to have John Harrison. It'll have Yuki and Zhao, TOS Scotty, TOS Sulu, TOS McCoy, TOS Uhura, TOS Chekhov, and Moreau. It's also going to have Leslie, the previously paywalled officer, the uncommon Leslie, and Hendorf. Those are going to be available in the Federation chest. The Romulan chest will contain epics Sharvanik and Sela, rares Decius and Mirek, and uncommons Lunar, DJ Aoki, and Severus. And then the Klingon chest will contain epics Kang, Krass, and Honor Guard Worf, which I expect a lot of people to be really excited about in the Klingon chest. Rares will be Bael, Gowron, Martok, Curon, Krell, Mara, and your uncommons will be Vixis, Yanog, Linkasa, Quaog, and Claw. So sorry, again, that I really don't have anything to show you like in detail on screen for a lot of this, but at least I got some of the stuff for you. There will also be a brand new style of event and reward system for a series of events that kick off later this week, and I'll be releasing a video on this event closer to the time. It's actually really interesting and a new creative idea with rewards that will span starting here in September and accumulating through December, where Deep Space Nine will conclude. More info is going to be coming on this series of events very, very soon. All I would suggest as a hint to begin with is that reading the missions will be vitally important this month. I may even suggest you holding off on the missions until we can tell you more about the clues that you're going to be looking for. Yes, mystery and intrigue. I like it. Your events will cap off with a Parabellum, 2 Jelly Brawl, and 9 days of ticketed events on our event schedule this month. We'll have more in our event guide video coming up here in just a day or two. Lastly, this month, we will see the return of the previously praised Kobayashi Maru style of event, in which there is basically an infinity milestone that pays out rewards for starting armadas. So hopefully you've been banking up those directives, or at least spending them sparingly anyway out of your flash pass. You will have the fixed line payout of rewards based on how many you start coming out this month. More to come on other events and the mystery event coming up over the next few days. And that is the introduction of Deep Space Nine. Yes, as I mentioned, some people are going to be a little bit disappointed that the big, long-awaited Alliance Starbase is essentially a mining station, at least here in month 1. But is that really far departed from lore? The original Cardassians built Deep Space Nine, and it was a mining and refining station named Terok Nor while it orbited Bajor. But like in the show, changing of hands, battle, and combat eventually lent itself to the story. Let's see if Scopely is able to spice up our Deep Space Nine content over the next 4 months. And as mentioned to players early on, don't judge this one too quickly. There is a lot more to come very, very soon. Community, what do you think? This is the introduction of Deep Space Nine. There is some new stuff coming and new currencies because, you know, listen, don't be fussing about it could be using crystal. It could be using crystal. You'd be very upset at that. Community, leave your questions down below. We're going to do our best to answer them, but again, working with somewhat limited information here as we begin this arc. I'm going to be learning a lot right alongside with you, and we'll be doing live streams, and we'll be doing Twitch, and we'll be doing the podcast on Wednesday. We'll be doing a Talking in Cars later on this morning. So lots of content for us to try to walk through with you and help. In the meantime, leave your questions down below. Your comments, your concerns, your excitement, your hype. Leave it in the questions and comments section right below this video. We'd appreciate that very much. While you're here, please subscribe. We are on our push to 10,000 subs. $1,000 is burning a hole in my pocket, and we will give it away to you when we hit 10,000 subs. Please click on the bell so you know when we do more content. Give us a like, and share with your teams so that they too will know as little as you do right now based off this video. Lovely, lovely. My name is UltimatDjz, right here for Teaching Trek on Deep Space Nine, the introduction arc, right here in September 2022. My name is UltimatDjz because I said it already, so I say it louder, pretending that you won't know that I already said it. And I'm going to say meow for now. Love you, man. To catch you on the next one. Meow. Bye.